This mother-in-law wants to do everything to ruin her son's wedding, because she doesn't want him to marry that woman. Meanwhile, the son tries to find his bride on the streets. Not realizing that his mother is arresting her, she orders one of her henchmen to keep his mouth shut. The bride asks her mother-in-law not to do anything to her, and says she loves her son. But she doesn't believe her, and she does not belong to her social class. While her son keeps running, the other woman there is afraid of being discovered. But the lady tells her to stop being stupid, because she'll never find out, and asks if the woman wants the other woman to marry her son. She quickly denies this, saying that the bride will never get in the way of her life with the man. The bride starts screaming that she is crazy, begging her not to do this. But the two evil ladies just laugh, while one throws gasoline on the bride. But the man sees it and rushes to his bride's aid, preventing his mother from doing anything. He quickly releases his fiancée from the tree. The man says that his mother won't stop them from being happy together, but the mother says it'll be over in that instant. Then she tries to hit the bride, but the son steps forward to defend her and is hit. As he falls to the ground, the mother begins to blame the bride for everything. Then she rushes to see her son's condition, while the bride runs away from there immediately. The two other women are desperate, not knowing what they should do about the situation. The mother says that it was not her intention. Meanwhile, the bride is running and crying, running away from there quickly. And the mother orders the woman to go get help, worried about her son on the floor, who doesn't wake up at any time. Later, the woman is home and can't stop crying. Her mother sees her and asks why she is crying. She says she is worried about her fiancé. She doesn't know if he is well or if he is gone. She doesn't know what is happening to him. The mother asks her to calm down, says that if he really loves her, he will soon find a way to give her any news. The mother feels confident that he will still look for her daughter. Then the daughter says that everything was going very well, that they were about to get married, and his mother did this to him. The mother tries to calm her daughter in that moment of distress, asking God to bless that relationship, begging that they can meet again and get married. Meanwhile, the mother and the woman are in the hospital, waiting to hear from the man who was shot. They are distressed, and the woman says she is worried, because when the man wakes up, he will also remember everything. But the lady asks her to stop saying that, because he will get better, and the blame for everything is the son's fiancée. Soon after, the doctor enters the reception desk and greets them. The mother speaks up, already starting to question how her son is doing. The doctor explains that the patient is already awake, only that he can't recognize people. So she comes to the conclusion that the patient has amnesia. The mother is worried, but asks if her son will ever get better. And the doctor explains that he can recover his memory one day, if he has some stimulus or good memory that he has lived through. But if not, he will be like this for the rest of his life. The mother says that this is good, because her son has good memories with her, so she asks to see him right away, so he can get better. Then the doctor authorizes it, saying she can give her 5 minutes. And after that, the doctor asks the two women to accompany her. They enter the room, finding the man lying there, not understanding anything that is happening. The mother thanks the doctor, and then quickly approaches her son. And the doctor says she'll make them comfortable, and then leaves the room. The mother is worried about her son, and asks how he is, begging him to say that he is better. But the man questions who she is, not being able to remember. She explains that she is his mother, and shows him the woman, saying that she is his wife. She lies by saying that they have been married for 5 years, and that they have a beautiful son together. The woman then gets into the lie by saying that she missed her husband very much, and that now he is going to be a daddy. Then the mother calls the woman to leave, and let her son rest. After that they say goodbye to him, and leave the room. Outside, the woman questions what it was that she told her son. The lady says that now that her son has lost his memory, it is easier for both of them, and that the woman should enjoy what she has done. And the woman agrees, saying that the real bride will never be part of their lives again. Then the lady speaks that they should pack the woman's bags, so she can move into their house, as if they were really married. And she agrees, for she has always been in love with the man. Meanwhile, the daughter tells her mother that she is going to work at the restaurant. The mother thinks this is good, because she says that this way the daughter will be able to distract her head more, and occupy her mind for a while. The woman says that her mother is right. And the mother says she doesn't like to see her daughter like this, always crying in the corners of the house, and wants to see her daughter well. Then the daughter says she's going to work, and says goodbye to her mother before leaving. On the street, she finds her fiancé holding hands with another woman, leaving her house. She is outraged by what is happening, and begins to yell at him. The lady then questions what she is doing there. Then, before she says anything compromising, the woman says that the man is her husband, while the man, not understanding anything, questions who that woman is. This only makes her even more indignant, so she starts hitting her fiancé, questioning if he has no shame in pretending not to remember her. The lady quickly pulls her aside, telling her to put herself in her place. She doesn't accept this, saying that it was her mother-in-law who destroyed everything. Then the mother tells her son to go ahead with his wife, because she is going to talk to that woman. When they are alone, the lady says that the two are now together, and orders that woman out of his life, calling her worthless and poor. And the woman is left alone crying, suffering because of all that has happened. Later, the man is in his bed, when his wife calls him in an attempt to seduce him. But he ends up telling her that he is feeling ill. And she tells him that she can be his doctor, and that she can make him better very quickly. But he pushes his wife away, saying that he's not in the mood for it. Even so, the woman continues to insist on having something with him. But the man makes it clear that this woman is not attractive to him. And this makes her very angry, calling him useless and leaving the room immediately afterwards. When he's alone, he begins to remember the moments he had with his fiancée, when he bought her flowers once, and the bride thanked him because they were so beautiful. He tells his fiancée that every moment they spend together, he only falls even more in love with her. She finds it all romantic, and says that she is also very much in love with him. Then, being sure of that love, the man asks her to marry him. She immediately accepts. Then he remembers another moment, saying that she is a little upset. When the groom asks why, she ends up commenting that it is because of his family, as they don't want to accept her, and also because of her financial condition. While remembering things, the woman is with his mother. She complains that she can't stand this situation anymore. The lady doesn't understand. She says that the man had the courage to look deep into her eyes and say that he is not attracted to her. Then the lady calls her a fool, as she says that she handed everything over to the woman, for her to do everything she intended to do, and she can't even get pregnant of her son. But the woman says that she is tired, that she prefers her home, which is her comfort, and she has any man she wants. She also found out that she wasn't even that much in love with that man, and she's leaving. The lady becomes indignant, and says that that woman should never look at her face again, because she helped the woman and she did nothing. The woman then questions if she really liked her. But the lady says that she only used her to separate her son from the other poor woman, and orders her to leave her house immediately. The woman leaves, not caring, while the lady is left alone and calls her worthless. The son comes running downstairs, calling for his mother immediately. He tells her that he was upstairs, and was wondering where the wedding pictures of him and his wife are. The mother then lies that he didn't want pictures at the wedding, because he has always been very private. Then he says that's fine, but since he didn't want wedding pictures, he would like to see his son's ultrasound. The mother hesitates, but says that his wife didn't want to do it. The son tells his mother to stop and that he is tired of her lies. She stands up in disbelief, and questions why the son is acting this way. He says that he is this way because he remembered everything, and he knows that he is not married to anyone. His mother must have planned all this with his wife, to keep him away from his real fiancée, because she is the person he really loves. His mother tries to explain, but he stops her. She begs for her son's forgiveness, but is ignored. Moments later, the bride's mother arrives at her house, and starts banging on the door. This frightens the owner of the house, for she can't imagine who is knocking at her door. When she opens the door, she questions who is the one at her door. Then she says that she knows that the lady has been mistreating her daughter and is just there to give a warning. Finally, she gives the lady the lesson she deserved for all the bad things she had done. Later, the man goes after his true love. He says he needs to talk to her, but the woman doesn't seem willing to listen to him after all that has happened. The man asks her to calm down. She says that things are already quite clear, that if he chose another, he should go after her. Then he tells her that he lost his memory, that everything was a mistake. But the woman saw him kissing the other woman, and he explains that he was leaving the hospital, that he ended up losing his memory because of his mother. She asks him if he swears he's telling the truth, and he answers yes, that he's not lying about anything, and what made him better were the moments he had together with his beloved woman. She says that she always knew something was wrong. He says that he loves her very much, and doesn't want to be away from her ever again.